So, as you guys remember, I'm just going to go quickly over this response to stimuli. Now, can anybody tell me what a stimulus is, what the definition is? Yeah, that's right. It's a measurable change in the environment in any way. So that is wonderful. So now, and of course, a response is how a body, an organism, is going to physically respond in some way, psychologically, physically, some way they're going to respond to that change. So it's a change, and then of course, somehow you have to respond to it. So now, I would like for everybody to take a few seconds, stand up, and get ready, get active. So I want to do 30 seconds of this, just do jumping jacks, just do running, anything, up, down, move, anything, all right? Just keep going, and I want you to get that blood pumping. I want you to get your breath going heavy. I want you to get your heart just racing. Just go, 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 faster, 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 on and on and on. That's right. Keep going, keep going. All right, excellent, excellent. Now, can anybody just tell me how they're feeling right now? You know, you're breathing a little bit faster, right? Your heart's pumping. You can check your pulse before and after, and you're like, okay, just going faster, faster, faster. All right. Now, maybe some of you feel a little bit more awake. You came in here dragging your feet, and you're a little bit tired. You're sitting down. You're like, oh God, I have to go through another presentation today. But maybe now you're a little bit more awake. You know, you're a little bit more focused. You can actually look at me and understand what I'm saying. So now we're seeing how the body is responding to a stimulus. Now, can anybody tell me what the stimulus was? That's right. It was getting up. It was moving. It was getting active. It was moving your body. So that's your stimulus. Now, what's your response? Well, we can go through here. We've got all the body systems here, and you guys all remember all of those. You moved your muscles. That was one thing. You got your heart racing. And you know why? Because your muscles need the nutrients. They need to get that oxygen to them. They need to get rid of all that waste out of there fast. Your cells can't function if they're bogged down by carbon dioxide. They need oxygen to move. So your heart's racing. Your blood's going faster. All your vessels, your blood vessels are going. What else? Well, you need more oxygen. You need to get rid of that carbon dioxide. Your lungs are going. Everything is moving. But let me ask you, is your kidneys functioning more? Probably not. Are your liver functioning a little bit more when you're moving? Again, probably not. It's just your body has to react in certain ways to certain stimuli. Now, that is just one stimulus. What about another one? What about another kind of stimulus? What happens if you have to do a teaching presentation for your EDSE 366 class, and right beforehand you get a little nervous and you're like, oh, my hands are getting sweaty and my heart's racing. I can't think straight right anymore. Like, now, what's the stimulus there? It's a similar response, you know, your heart's going faster, you're breathing a little bit more, you're sweating, but is it the same? So it's the same response, of course, but is it the same stimulus? No, it's not the same stimulus. This time, the stimulus is stress. It is a different type of stress on your body. This time is what we go into what is known as fight or flight response in some way, which is where your body perceives some sort of stress, some sort of threat, and it decides it has two options. It can either fight or flight. It can run. This is more of an old-time idea back when our ancestors were in the wild and your threat wasn't to come in here and do a presentation or talk to that pretty girl at the dance and ruin your social life. This was where you're walking through the jungle and all of a sudden you see a saber-toothed tiger and it could destroy your actual life. So you have to decide, I need to respond to this. How am I going to respond to this? Well, I can either fight this tiger, I can run from this tiger. But either way, it's the same response. You need to get your muscles moving. You need to get your heart pumping. You need to get your brain more active so you can actually focus a little bit better. You need to get your lungs going so you can get more oxygen in. And of course, your stomach, not important at this time. Your kidneys, not important. Your liver, not important at this time. So your body chooses the response in order to best deal with the stimulus that it happens. That's how it happens. Now, what happens if it was, yet again, another stimulus this time? Now, this was exercise. This was some sort of stress. What happens if you're going out with a bunch of friends, you haven't eaten all day, and all of a sudden you come across this big, beautiful pizza right in the food court, you're starving to death. Now how's your body going to react? Well, your stomach's going to growl, you might get a little bit more like saliva in your mouth, you might drool a little bit, and then all of a sudden you can't think of anything but this pizza. That is what is, this is yet another response of your body to a stimulus. But there's different kinds of stimuli here in place. There is internal stimuli that your body can react to, and external. Now, can anybody tell me what may some of those internal stimuli be? Some of them would be an empty stomach. Some of that might be, low blood sugar. On and on and on and on, it goes like that. Now, what would be the external stimuli in this case? It would be your vision, your sight of the pizza. External stimuli focus on the five senses. Whatever you can see, hear, taste, smell, or touch, anything that happens to you, that's an external stimulus. Anything internal is coming from inside your body, happening inside yourself here. And then you can realize, and that's your brain recognizing something is different in your body and telling you about it so that you can deal with it somehow. Low blood sugar, you need sugar in your body, you need to eat. Your stomach's empty, you need to eat. Your muscles are moving a little bit more, so your brain tells you you need to breathe more because it's using more oxygen. You need to get rid of that carbon dioxide. So you need to move up, so you breathe heavier. Your heart starts pumping faster. That's an internal stimulus. Now, what about one more example here? What happens if we were looking at the world of sports? That's an interesting one. So you've got this world-class athlete. He's sitting there, and for some reason he's the best in the game, and he has to go on to the road and he's not having a good game. What's happening? Well, for example, let's say he's a football player, it's raining on the field. Poor field conditions. That's an external stimulus, isn't it? All right, well, what about this one? What about if he's having negative self-thoughts in his head? He's low on confidence, he can't deal with it. What would it be? Exactly, it would be an internal stimulus. All right, what else? What happens if, the crowd is all around him and they're just booing him, they're cackling him, you sucker, boo. What is that? Exactly, it affects his hearing, it affects all that, and so it's an external stimulus. But does it not lead into negative self-talk? Maybe you start believing it. Now, it gets a little fuzzy here, but for the most part, you can really focus on the idea that an external stimulus appeals to one of the five senses. An internal stimulus does not appeal to those senses, but it comes from inside of you, hence it's internal. So your body can respond in many different ways to various stimuli, whether it be a presentation, some exercise you're forcing it to do, hunger, anything either coming from the inside or outside. and therefore it has a variety of different responses, prioritizing some systems over others. Thank you.